Okay guys, I finally got my all my parts for my carburetor that I was planning on rebuilding for this generator. So I figured I'd take you guys along on me repairing it or fixing the little bits and pieces that were messed up. And it's a 79 model engine. So you might as well figure, you know, early 80s updraft Briggs & Stratton carburetor, they're all pretty much the same, maybe a little variance here and there. But the key thing is you just want to clean all your parts and everything so that, you know, blow out your hole, your jet, or your emulsifier tube. Make sure all these little holes, which you probably can't see because of the clarity on my camera's not all that great, make sure all those are clear. So we'll, just for example, do a little bit of that. See what we got. So we got one port here, it's clear, those ports are clear. Make sure you blow all your whatever trash you might have created when you cleaned your gasket up out of your carburetor. Now for the bottom of the carburetor, I'm just going to blow all the ports out and go with it. Out of the way. So for the most part, that's an updraft carburetor on a Briggs & Stratton. I mean, it's not really that complicated, you know. Just kind of do it one piece at a time. It all falls into place. So we'll get to putting it on the generator, and maybe we'll fire it up in a few minutes. Okay, I'm just going to warn you, this little guy right here, I didn't film it because if I had, I would have cussed too much and that wouldn't have been appropriate for little children. So this little, your linkage that hooks to your governor down here for your throttle, it's tricky. I mean, you do got to hook it up first, or kind of, sort of, while you're trying to get the rest of the carburetor on. It's a little bit of a pain, but don't forget that. It's got a little spring on it as well as the throttle rod, so it'll be fun. Once everything looks like it's in place like it ought to be, you know, just loosely fit. Make sure you don't have nothing bound up. You know, you can go ahead and tighten your screws up and everything should work. I hope. We'll find out here shortly. That is for sure. Alright, I got the carburetor bolted up. I just, you know, hooked up the fuel line and turned the fuel on, so there should be some fuel in the float bolt at this point. I'm going to pull the choke and give it a couple pulls and see what happens. Well, other than maybe some tuning, I believe I got a working generator, and I've got less than $100 in it between some bits and pieces. Get your head out the way, dog. You photo bombing me? You video bombing me? Of course I am. I want to be on TV too, or YouTube. All right, say hey YouTube. My name is Copper. I'm a crossed up, mixed up mutt, but I'm a good dog. Alright guys, after working on it some more this evening, I finally got the idle portion of this generator figured out. And this guy right here I thought was more of a solenoid, but it's actually it's a magnet. It energizes off of the wire here coming from the generator. So once the generator fires up, goes full speed for a moment, and then this your governor down here lifts this guy up here, and then the magnet grabs hold of it and holds it. And when you throw your little switch here from idle to full speed, it disengages or turns power off to this magnet, which then drops it and lets it loose so that it runs at its the speed it's supposed to run for the generator, which is like supposed to be about 3,500 RPM. So I'm going to demonstrate how that actually works so you can see it function. I did have to build a bracket or fabricate something to hold it because the original bracket was gone. So I've welded me up something here and made a gusset and this and that and the other. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's strong, it's sturdy, it's not going anywhere. That's just my my way of doing it. So it's on there, and it made me a little way to shut the engine off, which is, it had this originally too, but that was missing. So anyway, I'll fire it off, show you how it works. Make sure that's on. Yeah, it's on idle. Come on. Yep, I did. I just run it dry. It had a little bit of fuel in it, not much. All right, well, there you go, guys. There is a 1979 Dayton, possibly Wilco. I'm not 100% on that. Generator, 3,500 watt, 8 horsepower Briggs, running like a top, almost like a new one. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good evening.